that have made this night as colorful as it looks. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Indeed, it's a small act, but big impact. Having all of us here today demonstrates how much coming together as one will go a long way. When we were starting this journey, when we were making projections of this year's target, we thought it really wouldn't be possible. We were very skeptical, but having the thought of that child out there who would benefit from this surgery kept us going. And I would like to appreciate each and every one of you here today for also sharing that dream with us and being here today. Thank you so much for joining us. And as BetCure, all we have is gratitude. Thank you for transforming lives of children like Ethel, kids who were discriminated, who dropped out of school, who never thought that they would be able to walk again or do all other activities and play and be a normal child. But with your support, we are able to reach out to all these children. Special recognition goes to First Capital Bank. A big hand for First Capital Bank. This is the second time in a row that you have been our official sponsor. And this year, when we wanted to go back to plan for this annual fundraiser, we knocked on your door and you gladly opened your arms and were able to also sponsor us again. So we don't take that for granted, but we really appreciate. Indeed, you emulate your famous tagline, which is belief comes first. And we believe that there's more to come, and we'll be able to reach out to more children together. I would also like to appreciate Spark Systems, a big hand for Spark Systems. Spark Systems is also one of the institutions that was able to help us last year. And this year when we went to knock on their door, they were like, oh yes, we can even help you raise the awareness. So we really appreciate you for that. Thank you so much for your partnership. And I would also like to appreciate Nico Group, a big hand for Nico Group. Last year, we also had NBS supporting us with this same event. And this year, we've seen Nico as a group coming together to help us. We really appreciate all your support. And ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to appreciate the following companies that have made this night a dream come true for a child out there in the communities. May I recognize Medical Aid Society of Malawi, a big hand for Medical Aid Society of Malawi. May I also recognize World Vision International. World Vision has also really helped us with our mobile clinics, and we appreciate you for that. May I also recognize the presence of CDH Bank, a hand for CDH. Hatfield, a hand for Hatfield. Sifao Motors. May I also recognize CBC, the management and staff of Times Group, who gladly offered us this free airtime tonight so that we can be able to reach out to more people with the message. May I also recognize SimbaNet, Old Mutual, Globe Internet, Warp Trading, Maltruck, S&J, and all the numerous individuals who also came on board to buy the individual seats. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate you helping us financially. We appreciate you taking out your time from your busy schedules to come celebrate with us tonight. Thank you so much for all you do. We celebrate today, not just on the funds, but also on the impact that we are able to make together so that we can be able to reach out to as many children as we can. Your generosity means the world, and it has helped us as a hospital to be able to reach out to as many kids as we can. And we hope that we'll be able to reach out to more. As you have pledged tonight on the transportation, with the small acts and the big impact, it is our hope that this will not be the first and the last time, but whenever possible, you would also be able to step up. You can imagine a surgery that is costing over 2 million, but someone failing to get access to that surgery because they don't have a 50,000 kwacha, a 20,000 kwacha. So as a hospital, this is a huge area of need, and we would appreciate as many partners as possible coming on board. Now, just to show that we are all one, may I kindly call upon a representative for all our partners this year, the Group MD for Spark Systems, Dr. Wisely Piri, to come on board. Thank you.
Good evening. So she was saying when she came to Spark, and Spark says, yes, we'll jump on this and help even more. Looking at the videos that you've seen, how would you say yes or no? You're just supposed to say yes, not so. And when we're sitting here, and I'm seeing we're at 62%, now I'm thinking, guys, why are we still at 62%? But anyway, that's the story for tonight. So I've got my personal story with BetCure, which I would want to share with you guys. So I think from other angles, you might have heard the story about how I grew up in the village with a single mom and 9 kids. Of course, with our relatives, so we're 10, single mom. So when I came to the Polytechnic, so I'm the first guy from the village to go to the university, right? And in year 3, that's 2005, my mom was involved in an accident in Chiweta, Rompi side. She had gone to Mzuzu to buy some chickens, the little ones, so that she was selling and help my siblings. So she was involved in an accident. So at that point, this is the only person that is helping us, right? We had to take her to Branta, using my circle. Some of you guys that have gone to the university, you know. Then we've been given 5,000 kwacha per semester. So there was no one else to help us. So using that circle, I brought her in town and went to BetCure. And she was treated and she started walking again, up to the time that she passed on some 3 years ago. So at that point, they used to say, older people have to pay a bit so that kids should walk for free. I think you had that tagline at that point. You are even treating older people. And now looking at it that we didn't have anything, but I had to use the money that we've been given as SACCO to pay, and that was enough for my mom to get treatment. So I look back and think, it's because there were other donors at that point where I had nothing to help that came in and helped. It wasn't for free. So when we're reaching at this point, where now I look at it and say, maybe I can also be a donor and help others that don't have anything. You guys are doing a great job. And if it was up to me, I would have loved if you had continued even the older people to be treated here. Because so far, I think we're seeing a lot of people being referred outside, which I used to know that they were being treated here at BedCure. I don't know what went wrong. Why, as a country, we decided that no, we should not be treating the older guys, but only the kids. I would have loved if all these forex that we're spending, sending people to India, because we know you have the skills here. But anyway, some things just happen, but I should appreciate that you're doing really a great job, and continue. And I've got another personal story. Just last year, my mother-in-law was supposed to have a kneecap replacement, which I know BedCure would have done, but we had to send them to India, which now they're treated. But now we look back and say there are others that cannot afford those amount of monies. And some of us at some point where we didn't have anything, there were other donors that came in and helped. So at this point where you guys can help, you're talking about Malawi as a country, over 80% of the people that are in the villages, they've got nothing. If you go and check some of the reports that you find through GIZ and all that, there are people that are defined as ultra poor, where you ask someone, say, what do you have? We just tell you, I've got this bed. You don't expect that type of a person to find transportation to send someone to BedCure, although they can be helped. I believe that's why all of us were here. As a country, we're talking about Vision 2063, and Vision 2063, we don't want to leave anyone else behind. But unfortunately, as a country in Malawi, we're a country that very few can afford, even if you tell them, if someone's telling you that the only thing I have in my possession is my bed, then definitely there's nothing that they can do. But we can't leave them behind. That's why it's my plea to you, where we're having doctors from BedCure in Malawi, some of them, they are volunteers coming from outside, helping our own relatives, kids. Then we have to rise up to the occasion and also do our part. Just 2 months ago, I decided to go to BedCure Zambia. Actually, I didn't even introduce myself. I just came there, sat down and started also singing all the hymns that were coming out. So I was like, am I at church or am I at the hospital? But at the end of it, I looked at the people that were being treated at that day. Then I was like, I just wish in Malawi can be doing the same. Because I know there are a lot of people that also need to be helped. So when I'm hearing again from the director that, okay, they're adding the structure to operate on more people, I think this is the time that also we also have to rise up and help. So I was even talking to him there to say, okay, yes, we're at 62%. Yes, now we're picking there and signing and saying some of the people that don't have transportation will help them. But in the event that you know, and I've heard that the guys from World Vision, they're also helping a lot in transportation. But in the event that there are some other districts where we don't have World Vision, where you know there is someone there that can be helped, then just reach out. You should be able to help. But this is the plea to everyone here. We're at 62%. Can we go more? If you can help, this is your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Managing Director of Spark Systems, Dr. Wisely Phiri. Right now, I would like to request tonight our guest of honor, and he's also the founder and the vice chairman for First Capital Bank, Mr. Hitesh Anabekat. Can we please stand as he walks to the podium and we give him a round of applause. I would also want to ask him that once he finishes his speech, he should not leave this podium. We've got more business. We can take our seats.
Thank you very much. It's the second time that I've been I think, almost cornered into making the speech. And unlike the clergy and politicians, it's not my favorite thing to do. Let me first recognize the leaders of BiteCure. And Ellie, I know that you've moved on and now you've got a promotion. You're getting a bigger responsibility in Kenya, but you've really run this hospital very efficiently, and we've made great progress under your leadership. So I wish you all the best, but I'm sure you'll be coming here all the time. Also, Ezekiel, well done. And I know that you're handing over to Rhoda soon. These are all Kenyans who've got their heart in Malawi. But I don't know whether they'll be in Malawi forever. But I'm married to a Kenyan who's going to be in Malawi forever. So that one's for sure. Thank you, donors. Wesley, your story was very touching, actually. It's a very interesting story, and it's very nice that you're paying back with what this hospital did for you. And I've also, you're talking about older people. I don't know if I qualify, but I also, as an older person, about 4 or 5 years ago, fell down at 2 in the morning at the lake and broke my ankle. Don't ask me how. And I was operated on the same day at BiteCure, and within 2 months I was running. So yeah, BiteCure is a first-class facility, and this facility was the dream of Chris Lavi, who was a friend of mine. He dreamt of this hospital, and he was the first director for many years, and his dream has really come to reality. And I don't think he would have even expected this place to be as good as it is. So yeah, congratulations to BiteCure, all the doctors, all the staff. I'd also like to recognize the sort of dynamic team of First Capital Bank that's here. And they feel very passionately. We've got a couple of tables here, or 3 tables maybe. They feel very passionately about this hospital. And let's face it, it is their energy and effort that makes the money that allows us to give the money. So thank you, my team. We come together once more to support the transformative work of BiteCure. And we sort of celebrate the extraordinary impact of the shared commitment of our community and especially the donors from outside Malawi. For me, when I look at these children, the hospital is a medical facility, yeah, and it deals with the physical disabilities and finds relief. But more importantly, to me, it is where scars of mental anguish caused by stigma and bullying begin to heal. That's what happens here. To me, the emotional pain and the bullying is probably worse for these children than the physical disability. So it does more than just heal physically. It heals children mentally. And I'm so glad. I didn't realize until today that we've started dealing with cleft lip, and I'm well done. I know it's a big issue. I had a friend in America whose daughter had this, and I know how stressful it is for families. So I'm really pleased to hear that you're doing that. And you know, we need to thank the generous hearts across the globe, particularly our friends in the United States, who, Ellie tells me, have sponsored 2,200 surgeries in a year. And as you've seen, there have been miracles that have unfolded. I mean, I loved Ethel. I mean, I'm just shocked at her smile. Even when she had the disability, even when she was in bed, even when she was probably embarrassed, she was smiling. And my wife tells me, even when things are going perfect, I don't smile. So, that's fantastic. You know, children who face bleak futures now have a chance, just like their friends do. And that's so heartwarming. And, you know, your contributions, donors, have turned, you know, tides of despair into rivers of opportunity in life. And it allows young souls to dream and to live a normal life. However, the essence of tonight's gathering is to ignite a local flame of support for this cause. This year, the hospital is asking Malawians to treat 80 surgeries compared to 2,200 that have been basically funded by foreigners, by well-wishers far away. So it is a cause, and we need to show our local commitment is as strong as the international support that we've been blessed with. I'm very proud that First Capital Bank has consistently been the largest local donor. Yet the path requires many more hands, many more hearts. We need companies to step forward and to join us in this cause. It is time for many more corporates in our community to join First Capital Bank, Spark Systems, NICO, and so on, and come forward with meaningful amounts. You know, you have to feel for the hospital. I was at QE a couple of days ago, and I was speaking to the director there, my friend Kelvin Ponda. And he was just telling me how prices have threefolded in the last couple of years, yet the budget's the same. In Kwacha, the budget's the same, the prices have threefolded. And he spends his time just juggling money, borrowing from somewhere to pay someone else so they can supply emergency materials and so on. And I can imagine that this hospital, while it's probably far better funded than QE, is always juggling. And, you know, our economic challenges with forex shortages and devaluations have dramatically increased operating costs. The prices of all medical supplies have soared, and that basically, you know, speaks to the additional support we need to give. So let us, in view of these challenges, let us stand firmer in our resolve to help. Let us do this for our community. As businesses in Malawi, Malawians are our customers. Our profits are made because Malawians support our businesses. So it is our duty to share some of those profits, because it is those same people and the same community that is allowing us to make profits. You know, each surgery, I think, costs now 2.6 million, I worked out. It's about $1,000 in real money. And this is just sort of figure. It's sort of a life-altering intervention for a child and the child's family. Imagine the impact of $1,000 and the ripple effect of happiness in a family and in a community. And, you know, I'm very impressed with the marketing savvy this year, with those little pieces of paper while the music's going on. And I'm sure you'll have raised a lot of money. I think if you'd given some wine, then you'd have been larger sums there, but maybe that's an idea for next year. I'd like to express my gratitude to Byte and all your staff. And they're very dedicated. I've been there obviously over the years from the day it started. And you know, it's a very efficient hospital. And my belief is that people like myself should give to hospitals that we know are well run, we know won't squander money. And that's why, we've partnered previously with Wellcome Trust. We partner with the doctors at the pediatric center, and we build them a facility as a family. And I'd like to, before I conclude, recognize recognize my wife, because no spouse can be philanthropic in a meaningful way if the person didn't have the explicit or implicit support of the spouse. So my wife's got a big heart, and then she's got a big heart for Malawi, and then I'd like to recognize that. Now let's have some fun. We've raised some money. How many people are here from FCB? Can you stand up? I want to count how many there are. And the spouses are allowed to stand as well. Can we count how many of us there are? Who'll do the counting? There's 6 there, 7, 8 there. That's 14. And here? 8. So what is that? 22. So, because I love these guys so much, let me start by saying, on their behalf, I will donate 1 million kwacha each. So you guys can thank you and then give your names, so they should be on their plaque or whatever, right? No, I don't want you to call out individual names. Thanks guys, and it's your hard work that allows us to do this. Now, Elliot sent me a video yesterday. He gave me a video yesterday. Sit down, sorry. Sit down. And obviously it's touching. And I sent it to my partner in Kenya, yes, it happens, Kantaria from Prime Bank. We founded this bank together. And I told him I'm doing this, and I told him that Elliot sent me this video. I think he had an ulterior motive, which he will deny, but he did. So I told him that it would be immoral almost for the two of us who've been so well blessed to find a situation where you guys don't meet your target. So, whatever you've collected now, hopefully you've collected the pieces of paper and they're not withdrawn. And then you take out the 22 million that I will pay on behalf of the staff, and we will pay the rest to make up the figure. On the condition that I don't have to speak next year. All right, Ellie. Thank you for everything. I'm very glad that you set this dinner up. Your objective has been met, and keep up the good work. Thank you all donors, and thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you so much. Remember, I mentioned we're not done yet, but the thing that he's did, he's gone ahead of me, because I wanted him to core for the remaining part and see what he's done. A big hand for our guest of honor tonight. And he also mentioned that this is his second time to be our guest of honor, and he's got a gnome. He normally buys a cake for our patients. So again tonight, he brought a cake for our patients. And today, because we only have one representative, Ethel Gobe, I would again ask Ethel Gobe to come in front. Ezekiel, would you also please come in front? And Dr. Wisely Peary. I would want you, together with our guest of honor, Mr. Hitesh, to please cut the cake as a symbol of love to the kids that we are helping tonight. Oh yes, please. His wife. He's saying he just manages our money. Beautiful, isn't it? So please. Thank you very, very much. On behalf of the leadership of Beit Cure Children's Hospital, allow me once again to say a big thank you. You know, earlier on we mentioned to say we had a target of 210 million. And as Eli was presenting earlier on, he showed that we had a deficit of about 79 million. And then FCB came 22. I wish you came 30, but it's okay. All right, they came 22. And for the love of the kids and on behalf of the employees, Hitesh said, I'll pay $1 million. So from the 79 minus 22, I'm not good at math, but I'm sure the guys from the bank can quickly do the math. What was the difference? 79 minus 22? 57. And tell you what, 57 million has been covered. And today, I'm thrilled, I'm excited to say we have reached 100% of our target. And we are guaranteeing you, on behalf of Beit Cure Children's Hospital, that we will get to these 80 children, each one of them. And on the pledge card, we will be able to update you on how these kids have been treated. We'll be happy that one day they'll be working at FCB. It's going to be a testimony. They'll also be working with Wisely at Spark Systems. It could be S&J. It could be CFL Mobility. It could be any one of you that these kids will come and testify. But on their behalf, again, thank you so much for changing their lives. And I just want to repeat one thing. Others have also asked if I could repeat the number where you'll be sending your screenshots of your pledges. And the number again is 0883 186 156. Again, 0883 186 156. Please remember to indicate your name so that we'll be able to give you a receipt to show that we have received your pledge. I'm sure we've also been waiting for the meals. So it's time that actually we quench our thirst and chase away our hunger. But tonight hasn't ended yet because Eli Njuchi hasn't even started. He just gave us a glimpse of what he's here for, to entertain us, to just give this Friday a very good vibe. And as I have already said, we have reached 100% of our target. I would want to mention that over and over because it brings me so much joy. Eli will take us through the night. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to end the program and also to request that you are free to save yourselves. But also, I would want ushers to help us with the service on table number 1. Once table number 1 is served, we'll be going table by table to save ourselves. Right now, Eli Njuchi, could you please come forward and be playing for us while we save? Thank you very much. And our ushers will still come collect the pledge cards on your table. If any usher hasn't come yet, or you didn't have a pledge card, this is specifically for transportation of a child, please raise your hand and we will come to collect it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a beautiful night. And Eli will be entertaining us as we serve. Good night.